Hi, mamas. How are you? It's Diane, your healthy pregnancy advocate. Listen, let's have a little conversation. What I want to talk to you about is if you are getting pregnant or trying to get pregnant, what are the first symptoms that you are going to see that will give you that little idea of, I might be pregnant?
Hey there, I'm Diane, and I am your healthy pregnancy advocate. Your beautiful pregnant body is going through a lot of changes right now, and if you're like most women, that kind of freaks you out, right? Well, have no fear. Over the last 20 plus years, I've helped thousands of mums to enjoy a relaxed, calm, and confident pregnancy. And now it's your turn.
Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about symptoms. They're going to be different for every mama, so you may be already experiencing them, but we know the first thing is when you think you've missed a period, right? And that's usually when we'll go get a pregnancy test. So, you know what? The question comes up is, could I be pregnant, right? So, a pregnancy test is the only way to know for sure. If you take it too early, though, you may not see anything. So, usually it's a couple of weeks after you've missed your period, and it's going to be different for every woman. So if you're taking that test, you're going to see a new hormone, and that's why you see that level, the marker that shows that you are pregnant. It's a hormone called HCG, and that happens once you've conceived. So that's a definite way that you're going to be able to say, okay, I'm pregnant. Now, if you are taking that pregnancy test, sometimes you might have to wait and take it again a little bit later if you take it a little bit too early. Okay, so that's the first way, and that's the way many, many women do it. And many women will take a lot of tests just to be sure, in case they come up with a negative or a positive and they've been, expecting something. So that's perfect, perfect way to get started. So, what are some of the symptoms that you are going to experience, right? So, normally it's a missed period. Okay, so your menstrual cycle is your body's way of telling you that you could possibly be preparing for a pregnancy, right, each month. Now, if you don't get your period, that's your first sign that something has changed, right? So, of course, it's going to be delayed, or your missed period doesn't always mean that you're going to be pregnant. But, if your body's under a lot of stress, sometimes those hormonal changes will affect that too. But it's usually one of the first signs that women do look for is that missed period. Also, some women do get a light spotting or some light bleeding. Usually that's called implantation. Um, and that's when the baby, is the embryo is starting to develop. And now that can occur anywhere from 10 to 14 days after conception. And it's usually around the time that you're going to get your period. But the bleeding is very light, so it's different than your menstrual period. So that might be something that you notice as well. Okay, so even from the very beginning, it's kind of amazing. Within a couple of weeks, some women will experience some abdominal pain or cramping. Now, again, this is going to be a little bit different than your normal period kind of cramping, but that might be something that first comes up for you as well. Another thing is your body temperature. Now, some women may be taking your temperature while you are trying to get pregnant because normally a higher basal temperature is going to mean that things are happening hormonally with you. And during your period, normally your body temperature raises and then it'll go down again. But if you're pregnant, you're taking your temperature, it may raise and then it's going to stay there. So if that's something that you're doing, that's another symptom that you might be looking for. Okay. Another surefire one, but again, it kind of mimics having a period, is sore or tender breasts, right? Swelling or even a tingling feeling, right? So when you are pregnant, your body experiences all these changes in the hormones, and the changes in those hormones can contribute to things like that breast tenderness. And believe it or not, fatigue is right up there. And sometimes, mamas will say, how can I possibly feel fatigue when I'm just, newly a few weeks pregnant? But it's, again, and I'm going to talk about this a lot, it's your hormonal changes. The levels are changing. So they are producing more blood flow in your body and everything, so that particular hormone in progesterone can cause the fatigue as well. So you might notice all of that too. Something else is frequent urination. Okay, so you may be making more trips to the bathroom just because you might be drinking more water too. However, depending how many times you are peeing a day, it increases the amount of blood in your body. It's giving your kidneys more fluid to filter, and then all of this is happening, getting rid of waste. So you may notice that you're peeing a little bit more. What about nausea and vomiting? You know what? Every woman is different. You've seen those shows. Sometimes they say, I didn't even know I was pregnant until they popped that baby out. But some women just don't get the symptoms, but some of them do. So morning sickness can be there for you, maybe even vomiting sometimes. And these symptoms can come in as early as the first 2 weeks after conception. Okay. Usually after that, maybe the fourth week, but sometimes a little bit earlier as well. And then again, on the other hand, some moms might not even experience that at all. So you may find you might be sensitive to smell, right? So that could be a trigger as well. And another thing, I mean, there's so many, but they say mood changes. Well, we could get moody at the drop of a dime. Again, goes back to the hormones. But if you find yourself a little bit off, that could be something as well that you might be pregnant. So I want to share a couple of stories with you, myself and then some other ladies that I know that when they found out they got pregnant, how they found out and where they were. And if you care to share some time along in the posts, please do that because it's always fun for other women to get an idea of your symptoms or how you found out. Katie was a lady who was going shopping uh, at the liquor store getting some wine, and she wasn't making a homemade pasta meal, and she wasn't feeling so great. And I know that she said that she had gotten a pregnancy test just to see because things were a little bit off. So she did her pregnancy test. Lo and behold, she was pregnant. So she had mixed emotions, right? Elated, wanted to be pregnant, disappointed she wasn't going to be drinking that wine. But definitely she was eating the pasta dinner. So that was kind of fun too. Also, another story, a lady was taking a pregnancy test, she said, and she was doing it in the privacy of her bathroom with her dog. And, the pregnancy test came back right away pregnant, gave her dog a quick hug and said, oh, you aren't going to be the only baby in the family. And I know there's a lot of moms to be out there with their dog or their cat as their best friend. So it's kind of a cute little story to share. The dog was the first one to know. And then she went outside and her husband was cutting the grass, told him to come in. She had something to tell him. And she said it was just great for about a minute. They just kind of danced and laughed and had that special time together, sharing the really good news. Another one I wanted to tell you about is dreams. Sometimes women have dreams. I know I did. I had for both of my pregnancies, and they're both boys, close to, I guess, about 8 months. I dreamt that I was having my baby, and the doctor said it's a boy. Okay, and at that time I didn't know I didn't know my baby's sex, so it was going to be a surprise both times. But both times, yeah, it was a dream and it was clear and it was a boy, and they both were boys, so that was pretty cool. And I do have another friend that I heard of as well that had a dream, but talking to the baby, right? And the baby was saying, hey, mom, I'm going to be your son and I'm going to see you soon. And that's what happened. She had her baby boy. So I don't know if that gives you goosebumps or not, but it's pretty exciting. Everyone is so unique, and I look forward to hearing about your stories as well. Okay, so those are some of the symptoms, as I mentioned. When you're getting pregnant, you'll take your test and you may notice a few things going on. But, if you're trying to get pregnant or you're not, whatever the results are, that's how you're going to find out. And I only wish the best for you. As I like to end off my little sessions here, I like to try to keep it light and happy. I have a couple of jokes that I wanted to share with you, and then we're going to end off with an affirmation, okay, to keep you in that calm state of mind. So, joke wise, are you ready for this? A couple of quick little ones. Here you go. Here's the first question. What part of biology class do pregnant women fear? What part of biology class do pregnant women fear? It's the C section. SEA, C section. Okay. I wish I had sound effects here for you. And here you go. This one's kind of funny. How many days are there in a month? Okay. Well, each day normally has 30 or 31 days. However, the last month of pregnancy has about 5,349,251 days. It just seems like that, Mama, especially when you're ready to give birth, you're ready to give birth, right? So it just seems like it goes on forever. Okay, so what we're going to do right now, I want you to get comfortable. I'm going to do an affirmation with you. You can just get comfortable and listen to me. You can repeat with me, but I want to put you in that beautiful, calm state of mind because there's nothing better than having a relaxed mind, a relaxed body, and a relaxed baby. Okay, so the word we're going to focus on today is called safe. Okay, so what I want you to do with me is to take a deep breath in through your nose. Let's count to 3. Ready? 2, 3, and out. Keep going out. Okay, let's do one more breath in and out. My body is a healing body, is a safe place for my baby. I feel the joy. I feel love. I feel protected. I know I am safe. I know my baby is safe. And there's no better feeling in the world. I love where I am. Deep breath in again and out. Okay, Mama, you've done terrific. Have a wonderful day. And if you haven't signed up for my worry free pregnancy masterclass, you can do that. Simply just go to havingababy.io. We will see you in the next episode. Take care.
Thanks for dropping by and watching the show with me today. I hope you really got something out of it. Hey, listen, I just want to remind you that if you are carrying a baby, you also need to be carrying a subscription to our YouTube channel because we're going to give you all the information that you really need to make the most out of your pregnancy and have the most enjoyable journey. And I have a very special offer I want to tell you about. I've been helping moms enjoy their pregnancy, reduce pain, and get the most out of their pregnancy for over 20 years. And I've built an online workshop that I'm doing right now to help new moms really understand the 3 fundamental secrets that you need to know so that you can go through your entire pregnancy and labor with as little pain as possible. So if you want to watch the workshops and join me, go to havingababy.io. We'll see you on the next show.